What's going on, guys? Welcome to All Sports Best, a podcast. Today we're doing the coaches show. I guess I should just call it the football show. We've got two players on today, both sophomores. I think this is a first. I want to talk about the story as to how this came about with myself and Lennon, but we'll get into that here shortly. Welcome to the show, guys. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Being here. All right, so first off, today I want to say thank you to CNB Bank. Experience over 100 years of trusted banking with CNB Bank, supporting local families, businesses, and community. Your hometown bank where tradition matters. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. All right, so first I want to cover how this came about. Lennon had hit me up and said, let us be on the podcast. And I was like, all right, hit a 50-yarder in the game, right? Wasn't it something like that?
50 yards.
And he was like, I got you. And then I was just very impressed by the fact that you hit a 45-yard field goal with probably the most pressure we've seen all year.
100%.
So I wanted to actually just dive right into that. So Lennon, walk me through the big-time field goal against Oregon Mountain to put you guys into overtime.
Well, I mean, field goal wise and like PAT wise, we were like kind of struggling on like snaps, getting the holds and all that. And earlier in the game, we had a 25-yarder on the left hash that was a bad snap and I had to jump on it. Mm-hmm. But I hit like a 32-yarder. Before that, like 5 minutes earlier, we had a 4-point lead. But then Oregon Mountain ended up scoring a touchdown on that.
Yep.
And I just knew our offense. We were doing really good on offense. But we just went down the field. I mean, that touchdown pass that Evan dropped, I mean, it happens in football. But Coach Sanders had a lot of trust in me. I walk up, and I sit down, and I do my steps and all that. And then they called a timeout, which kind of, it didn't really ice me. Like, I know, like, icing effect and all that, but I didn't. I would just, like, I would say I was nervous, but I just knew if I just had a good snap, good hold, I was going to make it. So, and I made it. I mean, the fans and it was nice. Like, the coaches and the fans and all that were just really impressive, and I hope we get that like, every game we have coming on. So, yeah.
The Cavemen fans have been impressive this year just as a whole. You guys, I think the first time I noticed it was Lovington. That was really fun to be a part of. That game, I'm sure, was fun to be a part of for you guys as well.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, so to introduce, because I didn't do a great job of that, Lennon is a kicker for the Cavemen as well as a defensive back, and Colton is a linebacker. So Colton, tell me about the fact that both of you have been kind of close, probably closer than ever now, because you both had starts as freshmen. You were the only two that got that opportunity. So how did that come about, and how was that?
It was great. I mean, me and Lennon, we've been best friends since the 4th grade. You know?
Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, like it's been a while, so we've been close for a while. Like we've known everything about each other. But I mean, it was great. I mean, Lennon, as soon as Lennon walked into that field house, like for the first time I knew he was going to be a part of the varsity team. So it was great. You know, I didn't know I was going to be a part of the varsity at that time. But when we did find out that we were both going to be on varsity, it was a good feeling.
Yeah. Well, you came in here bigger than I've ever been. You're a sophomore. Do you ever get comments like, hey, you know, are you older than you are, or what are you doing to like do that to get there?
All the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I have people from my own school saying I take steroids. No.
I wanted to ask you about that actually. Not steroids. I'm not saying that. But because you work out hard, you're considering the powerlifting that could be possible coming up soon for the Cavemen, right?
Yes,
what supplements do you take, or is it just water and get back in the gym?
I would say creatine and just protein shakes. That's what I've been doing. That's the best recovery, and water. You have to drink water. That's the best recovery.
Sure. And do you focus on diet at all, or is it just kind of like I'm doing chicken strips? I'm a kid. I can do whatever I want.
That's more of what I do.
You got the DK Metcalf diet?
Yes, sir. Candy and everything.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Lennon, what about you? How do you stay sharp as a kicker? Because you got to get you got a leg for sure. What is your distance?
Distance for like field goal wise?
Yeah. What's the furthest you've made in practice?
In practice was like 54-ish yarder.
54 yard, and you made it.
Yeah, no, yeah. And then like when I'm by myself, like, and I record that, it was a 59-ish. But I'm pretty sure, like like kicking like your max field goal is like kind of like working out. You don't want to max out every single day.
Okay.
So I didn't like max out in like 4 weeks, but we've been working out since then. So I think I have a 62-yarder in me next time I go kick. So,
Dang, that's pretty solid. So, like, really valid point. Like, getting ready for a game and stuff like that, you just kind of keep your legs loose.
Yeah.
You don't try and, like, overpower anything.
I mean, yeah, sometimes I play in the JV games before that because, yeah. But I always tell Millar that I just don't really want to feel like kicking, like my full power every single day because it takes a toll, and he thinks it just. But I mean, yeah, sometimes I feel just my leg just feels like sluggish and like fatigued. But on game day, I just don't know what happens. It just kicks into my natural. But I mean, I don't lift the most, I don't squat the most, but mainly kicks more about technique. And me playing soccer before I played in football, it just helps me out like major. So.
Yeah. I want to let's dive into it because you both had a part in this. Lennon was just a soccer player. And he was geared up to play soccer, right?
I was.
So
yeah.
you were going to play, you went preseason, you worked out with the team. You said you had like a day off?
Yeah. So basically, we didn't have practice that day. Because usually for soccer, they would like practice afternoon-wise, as they never had like first or seventh hour. And they gave us the day off to take pictures. We were taking pictures like 6 o'clock. And I was talking to Colton. Because like during the summer, me and Colton were like weren't really close at all. But then we came to like to school. And he just asked me, like, do you want to come play football as a joke? I'm like, why not? I mean, I said, I'll try out this kicker. I might as well. I mean.
So cool.
And I showed up to the field house because I taught Sanders. I was in his PE class. I was just like, hey, can I show up sometime and just kick some balls if you need a kicker? And he's like, yeah. So I kicked 3 balls with Millar, and all of them were touchbacks, which was really surprised me. And I was on the team ever since that. But
Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
Do you remember the conversation?
Yeah, I do. Me and Lennon, we were walking into the field house because he like ran up on me like when I was walking to the field house. He like ran up to me. He's like, "Hey, I'm trying out for football." I'm like, "Oh, all right. You just you're actually doing it." And he walked in, and Coach Millar comes out of his office, and he's like, "So you're a kicker?" And Lynn's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "All right, let's go kick some balls." And it's like as we were warming up, they were kicking. And he made it to end zone all times.
That's crazy. Okay, yeah. So and then after that, they just said, "Hey, you want to play football?" Or what was the conversation after that? Right, like you had to go tell your other coach, "Hey, I'm peacing out."
Well, it was a long story, which is after that, Millar, of course, he wanted me to kick for him. And I was agreeing. I wanted to kick, but for soccer, you can't. Like I tried playing both, and it's just schedules didn't work out. And ever since I kicked, then their program accepted me, and they just took me in under the wing. So I really like that, but I mean, the soccer program, I like the soccer program. No, don't get me wrong, but I walked up to him and I just told him that I want to do both, and the schedules didn't mix out, so I just wanted to quit. So I tried quitting soccer, but major high school rules, I never knew about this before, but you have to get released by the soccer coach.
Right. Yes.
So I didn't really get released. I didn't get playing Goddard last year. So I had to get released. So I was just waiting and waiting, which is, I don't have any bad blood with Mario. I mean, he's a good coach. I've known him all my life. And then once I got released, I started in Volcano Vista. And ever since then, I just like football more.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty sweet. Do you ever play soccer anymore, or you put it down?
I try every chance I can.
Yeah. You still love it then?
Yeah. I play on a travel team, or I used to play on a travel team, and I have 3v3 tournaments, 5v5s. I practice sometimes then, but I mean, ever since I quit soccer, it's not.
You had to convince your dad of this.
Oh.
Because you said that your dad's a big soccer fan.
No, my dad doesn't even know anything about American football. My dad's English. He's from Liverpool, so
wow.
He never let me play soccer. He never let me play football growing up. So it was my birthday, and my dad and my mom were at my mom's house, and I told him that I quit the soccer team to join football. I never told anybody.
Oh wow.
And he was just yelling at me out at the varsity position, and I quit to go play football. But I mean, he knew if I just do what I do, I could play, and that's what I did. I mean,
that's cool.
He's starting to watch it now, which is
good.
He always asked me, the other night, he didn't know what 4th down was. He was so confused how we only had 4 chances, but the other team had 10. And
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. All right, so Tim Tebow, Give me some story on Tim Tebow. Who was that met him?
So basically, we played Madden. Like me and Colton been friends since like 4th grade. So we played Madden 20, Madden 21, 22. And during quarantine, we would keep playing Madden, but we kept losing. And we had Tim Tebow on our team. This gonna seem really weird, but we prayed to Tim Tebow. And every time we did, we always won. Like playoff games, Super Bowls, we would always win. And we started doing it in real life, and it's worked. And like our past 3 games that we've won, we prayed to Tim Tebow, but the last games we've lost, we just forgot to do it. So, I mean, we sing a song.
You got a song for us, Colton?
No, not today. You have to pay up for that one.
Okay.
But, yeah.
So, did you say you met Tim Tebow too?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
So basically, it was like in Artesia because it was like my dad, he bought tickets. He used to work in Artesia, and he thought it was just like a meet and greet, but it was like really for like religious, like and all that. So he met in the Artesia Bulldogs like basketball stadium, like the big one with.
Oh, cool.
And then he came out and he taught and taught and taught, and at the end he like started like walking out and like signing people's like autographs and all that, and I couldn't get to like the line. So we see him leave, and me and Bailey, you know Bailey King?
Yes.
Yeah. Me and Bailey King ran outside the stadium, went all the way around, and we saw Tim Tebow get in his car.
Wow.
And
That's
we
cool.
we screamed at him, and we got a picture with him. So yeah.
Oh, awesome. We'll have to put that here on the screen if you have it still.
Yeah, I have it, yeah.
Yeah. So you play with Tim Tebow as well? Like you guys have to play at least 10 times a week now to make 100% sure we get the win on Friday, right?
Oh, we've been telling each other that we cannot forget this week.
Does it have to be at a certain time?
No.
No, not
Just
really.
any
but,
time
like,
this week? So have you done
yeah.
it yet?
Or no, like right before the game.
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
I see.
So
Okay.
it was that.
Very cool. All right, so a big part of Oregon Mountain and us losing in overtime had to do with a couple of things. Defensively, we had a hard time with a wide receiver.
Yeah.
And offensively, we had a hard time with snaps. So, Colton, I'll hand it to you. Like, what were you seeing on defense that was just so hard to cover against Oregon Mountain?
On defense, I would say it was just a broken plays for us. Like every time the quarterback would run outside the pocket, I mean, he would get the ball off to the number 1, and he was a dude. He's like I think he's like 6'4". He was a big dude.
Yeah.
And all he do is just throw it up to him, and he just make a play. So it was just a broken play for us.
Sure. And I want to know, do you get vocal on defense with your teammates? Like, you're a sophomore. Are you a leader, or are you kind of like, I'm going to learn the ropes from some of these older guys as we go?
That was me last year. I wouldn't say I'm like Diego. Diego's our leader.
Okay.
But I'm more of like stay in line. Like make sure you're doing your job, you know.
So you hold your guys accountable, but you're, taking a lot of lessons from Diego as he's leading too.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very cool. All right. Lennon, the snaps. 3 of them, 2 extra points, 1
Yeah.
field goal. You had to become a running back for a second on one of them. So what was happening?
Well, I mean, last week in Clovis, Rev was a long snapper, but it was just like the snaps, like the teams we would face, they would come off the edge so quick, and the snaps just were like too slow, and Bubba would have to get a bad hold just for us to kick it. So we saw Connor in the pre-games in Clovis, and he was snapping really quick and really fast. And I mean, it was really good in Clovis. I mean, we already got really good snaps and all that. And then we hit Oregon Mountain, and it was 13-0, and we attempted the field goal. It was like the 16-yard line. It was left hash. It was so easy. And it was just a really fast snap, and it just went through Bubba's hands. And I had to jump on that one. I took a hit in the back, but and then the other PAT, like the overtime one, that was like a really bad snap. It was too high and like too fast, and like Bubba kind of like volleyball set it into my hands. And I saw the outside. I got so excited for a second. I just started running, and the outside just wasn't there. And I tried cutting in, and I just got hit. And that hit did not feel good. I got a bloody nose coming out the
Ooh,
field.
really?
But I don't even know how, but yeah, I just.
Was it like one of those dreams where you can't get out of the
Dude,
way? You know what I'm talking about?
I just thought I wasn't fast enough. I'd run my fastest, but I mean, I tried calling fire, which is like, it shows like we like got to run it like a botch snap. Like where like other people have to run routes for it. And I was just in the heat of the moment. I just couldn't.
You couldn't say anything.
Yeah. But I was watching the film on it, and I just realized if I would just turned around, just ran the other way, I'd been fine. But,
wow, interesting. Okay. All right. So, Colton, I've noticed the eye black. It's intense.
It is.
So, does it have to be the same every game? Is it like different every time? Because there's a lot on your face, right? So walk me through, I guess, the skincare routine before the games.
Okay, so honestly, I just go to my friend Braden. I just let him do his thing. Honestly.
Okay.
He asked me, he's like, "All right, what are you feeling today? You trying to be scary or you trying to just be mellow?" And I'm like, you know me, like I gotta be scary. So I did the little dark circles around the eyes with the little Joker smile.
Oh, really? You're
Yeah.
doing the mouth and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it lasted very long, but
Yeah. Do you feel like you got scary to other players?
I feel like other people are pretty scared of me.
When you hit dudes, I think it's pretty scary.
Yeah.
That's fair. And then the horse collar. You now have a new best friend on your equipment. Tell me about that. Is it a horse collar? No, it's a
cowboy collar.
Cowboy collar. Okay. So why and it's new, right?
It is new.
Okay.
As soon as Diego got hurt during Centennial, and as soon as that, Coach Sanders ordered up like 3 of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for like the whole linebacker core.
So what it does is it like keeps your helmet from going backwards too far.
It braces your neck.
Okay.
So like when you take hits, it don't like your neck don't like go all the way back.
Okay. And then also it's intimidation on top of the eye black.
It's pretty drippy.
Yeah, it's drippy. Okay. Very cool. All right. So I don't think we really covered. I really want to know about the routine. You like we talked about the 45-yard high pressure moment. Like, what are the steps? Nothing changes when it's deeper. Is it a little bit different when it's a close shot, or 45 yards out?
Yeah.
Everybody's screaming. It's crazy. Take me through like the walk back and the execution.
Well, it all starts during the summer in the off season. There's a company called Kicking World, which is I worked with a guy named Carson Moore. He was a D1 kicker and all that. And he said something that like really stuck. He just like, no matter where, no matter like when, just take your normal steps and you'll make it every time. But like hashes are kind of different though. You might have to like angle yourself a little different. But middle kicks are, if I can get middle kicks all my career, I'd love it.
Yeah.
But it was a nice kick. I was just surprised. It almost got blocked, to be honest. But I don't know. I just did my steps.
What are your steps?
Well, I look at the ball and I put like my right foot like right behind the ball and I take 3 steps back and I can make sure my right shoulder is like angled on the ball, right, like vertical, and I take 2 steps left, and then I look at Bubba and I give him the nod. He gives me a nod, and then I do my pump step with my left foot and I just kick it. And
Do you glance at the flag?
not
Does
really,
wind
no.
make so wind isn't really like something you factor in? It's more like I got to get there.
Yeah. Usually our wind in our stadium, it doesn't come from side to side, but I hate kicking the wind because one side's perfect. You can look like an NFL player, and then one side you look like a middle school kicker.
Sure, sure. Okay. All right. So, Colton, tell me about the Alamogordo prep right now. Defensively, what's going on that you guys are really going to try and key in on against the Tigers?
For us, I would think it's the coverage for us and the DBs because our linebackers in the front they've been stopping the run all year. So if we just stop the pass, and we're a dangerous defense.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And what do you guys think about the fact that the Cavemen now more than ever having implemented the pass game? Does it open you guys up completely? I mean, I don't know what that does in terms of defense because you guys are both on defense as well. But like extending plays, being able to, keep you guys off the field a little bit longer because offense is doing work this year really well. So how does that affect defense? Just, being on the sidelines a little longer.
It definitely boosts our morale. It definitely does because we have confidence in our guys that they're going to go and score. So all we have to do is get a stop and do our job, and we're gonna win the game.
What is y'all's role on the sidelines when offense is going? Do you guys just cheering? Do you guys go out there and, like, I don't know, try and see some stuff that the defense is doing that you can chirp in? Like, what do you guys do? Is it just rest time?
Well, usually Winder takes us on we have a TV on the side and an iPad, and it just shows the recent drive of our last offensive, like offensive series. So we just see what we did good and see what we did bad on the last offensive drive. And yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
It's pretty much like watching film on the sideline.
Yeah, it's crazy how you guys have that instantly. It's insane. No play clock. How do you guys work through that defensively? Because you kind of want to know if I'm getting close to 0, they're about to snap the ball, so I can kind of get a little bit of an edge on that. Like, what's going on with that?
Honestly, I've never looked at the play clock.
Oh, really?
I've never looked at the play clock.
Okay, so it doesn't affect you guys at all.
Yeah, usually I'm just like thinking what I gotta do, what my guards gotta do, for like me to read him, and yeah, I'm just gonna make plays. I never really think about that.
Very cool. And what about you?
Well,
I guess you can't really, like, you're not gonna do too many blitz, right? Like,
nah, I don't. We've never blitzed corners really, but sometimes Winder gives us a call late, and that's, I mean, it's not really bad, but like sometimes we just get to the play late. But usually if we set up, we have a really strong defense, and I know we do. But for play clock, like play clock stuff, I don't really know. But I mean, one time, like it was in I forgot which game it was, but Bubba snapped it because usually when I do my steps, I nod at Bubba, and he usually like looks at me, but he never did that to me. And I looked at the play clock, it was like at 5, and I never really realized that. And he had to snap it quick, and I had a really bad kick in that one. But yeah,
you play defensive end. You're a linebacker. If he ran routes against you, would you be able to lock him down?
100%.
Oh, you think so? He would lock you down.
Probably not.
He wouldn't lock you down.
No.
You'd lock him down.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 6'2". I run a 4.5. Like,
well,
it's happened during Sunday practice. I've done it before.
So no rebuttal there. You're just taking it. You're okay with that?
you know, Colin's a big guy. he runs track.
Okay.
You know, I'm just a kicker sometimes. You know, I gotta humble myself.
You can default back to that. You're like, it's all right. All right. So you talked about like how you watch YouTube and that kind of inspires both of you probably a little bit in terms of football and just entertainment. But who are you guys watching on YouTube that, you know, you get excited for football from, or maybe some tips?
You got that one.
Because you talked about Brandon Aubrey, right?
Yeah, Brandon Aubrey, P3 kicking, Cole's kicking camps, kicking world. I forgot his name.
You got a list.
I can name a bunch of kicking world. I really like kicking world. That's my favorite one because they messaged me, they sent me envelopes. I mean, I had to fly to Houston, that's pretty cool because my grandma lives in Houston, so I gotta stay with my grandma and
nice.
To camps. But I like watching any of their YouTube videos. They have like camps, and it just shows like sophomores, like it shows everybody. And I just like seeing where I'm based off and my grade and how I'm doing. So I just watch those, try to find techniques, how to get more kickoff airtime, like distance, and yeah. That's how I found out about Brandon Aubrey was YouTube.
Sure. What about you? Who you watching?
For me, it's Destroying.
Oh, yeah.
He goes around like the nation and just like goes to all kinds of like top high schools, and I just like seeing like my different competition because like the titles are like this crazy linebacker, he's going D1, he has like 30 plus offers. I'm like, God, what's this guy got on me? Like,
sure.
I'm just like, where do I compare to him?
What are you doing right now to take steps towards college football?
Taking care of my body,
yeah.
Lifting, trying to get the routine of like working hard, getting the work ethic, and then just trying to learn the game, you know? Like, I'm a sophomore, like, I'm just trying to learn the game right now.
Are you, and this is a question for both of you, do you have your eyes set on a certain school or a certain area when you get out of here?
I like Texas. I like Texas football.
Like UT, Longhorns?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
A&M, like all of them.
Okay.
I'm more of a New Mexico State guy.
Hey.
I love New Mexico State, and I love Michigan. But to be honest, I would love to kick anywhere, and like, recruit me, give me an offer, I'll play for them. That's just how it goes.
Dang, first person that says, so if you're watching this, Lennon's signing with you.
First person that does it.
All right, so I wanted to get into like just some fun questions, some random questions, and then we'll get into some of your favorites. One of those questions that came up with me today is talking to some students, and everybody's got a different perception of life, I guess. So my question to you guys, what is old in terms of age?
Let me take it.
You got it.
My definition of old would be like my grandpa coming up to me and be like, back in my day, I used to walk through the snow barefooted 10 miles to get to school. Like that's my version of old.
Sure. What age are you thinking?
Probably like 60s, 50s.
Okay. 50s? Okay. What about you?
For oldness, like like what Colton said, like my dad, he's old. It just
Okay.
like the fact of like every time I go home, he just like shows me old soccer games like, for like 90s, 80s, 70s, and 60s, and he just shows me I was at that game, and
Oh, wow.
like how like he just tells me stories how when he was 12 he got to go to France on a train by himself, and just like
Wow.
it doesn't make sense, but
That's
yeah,
cool.
I would say like 70, and just if you're still thriving at 60 and 50, just keep doing you, and yeah.
Okay. All right. I think it's funny to hear from you guys like what you think is that. But okay. We're in an era with phones, social media, constant stimulation. Based on what you guys just said about like, back in the day type of stuff, what would you want to experience back in the day, whether it's with sports or just life in general? Anything that like comes to mind?
I think it was more like a more simple time. Like they didn't have to worry about like as much stuff as we have to do now. Like there's phones and like technology. They just made stuff way complicated. Because like before like phones and stuff, you couldn't like watch the news or anything. So like you're not really worried about anything. You're just living life.
Yeah. Okay. What about you?
I want to go back to like 2000 soccer. So I watch that YouTube every day, or like 2015, 2016, just like that time era. I just like I know it's like not really like old, but it's like that time era with like Fortnite and all that. It was just like it was a really good time. Like,
And what were you at that time? Like 5?
in 2017, I was like 9, like 10.
Okay.
Or like 16, I was like 2016, I was like 7.
Okay,
But,
gotcha.
I love that. Like Leicester 2015, 2016, they had like they're not my favorite team, but they had an underdog story and won the English Premier League. That's what got me into soccer really. But yeah,
Are you one of those guys that wakes up 2 a.m. to watch soccer?
that's my dad.
Okay, does he? Yeah.
Well, if it's like not like after like during football season, like after the game, usually it's on like Saturdays and Sundays, and it's like at 5 a.m. and I just hear my dad like screaming loud. Nah, I just know that Liverpool's playing. But when I was young, I used to watch soccer like early, but not now.
No, getting that rest in now.
Yeah.
Okay, what players inspire you?
I would say Luke Kuechly.
Okay.
I think I said on one of your reels actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the school. He's just smart. Like he knows like the game like inside and out. Like he can tell you everything that their offense is running. Like, it's just crazy. And he's physical. Like there's just nothing not to like about him.
Is he still active?
He is not.
No. When did he retire?
He retired young, like really young.
Okay.
He could have been like a Hall of Famer, but he
An all-time Carolina Panther, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lennon?
Well, it's a soccer player. It's Jamie Vardy. For what he did with Leicester in 2015, 2016, he brought a team that was like expected to be last, like 5,001 odds, and he just took off and just showed that he could be a big player, and he stuck with his club throughout everything. So yeah, I just really like that guy. He's a party animal, but
A big part of me right now feels like you're going to go back to soccer at some point.
I know that's all he's talking about.
I love soccer. I love football too, but I watch the Broncos, but other than that, in fantasy football, I watch soccer mostly every day. Like in Mars class, when Liverpool play, he always gets mad at me because I always watch it, but it's just part of being English. So yeah.
Gotcha. All right, so hidden talent. What hidden talent do you guys have? I know that you guys both do obviously other things outside of football that keep your time, but I know you had one right away. What you got, Colton?
During the summer, I like wakeboarding.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I like wakeboarding. I would think I'm pretty good at it. I kind of slowed down at the summer because like I didn't want to get hurt.
Sure.
But Yeah, that's like I did that since I was like 6 years old. I've been like on the water.
Can you do like flips and
I'm too scared to do
twists?
flips.
No.
I can do twists. I can
Okay.
jump the wakes and stuff like the whole wake. But yeah.
Okay. Very cool. What about you?
I don't even know if I have any secret talents. I'm good at mini golf. Mini golf's one of my secret talents.
Mini golf. Okay. You're a putter then.
Yeah, I'm a very good putter. I play golf, but not really good. I play VR golf. VR golf.
Okay.
I've been playing that for a while now.
That's your thing?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll do a little thing called rapid fire.
All right.
Okay, so I'm just gonna give you guys a couple questions. You guys just answer it off the top of your heads as best as you can. All right, we'll start it off with music. Favorite artist right now?
NBA YoungBoy.
Okay.
Travis Scott.
Song that's stuck in your head.
Or What by NLE Choppa.
Okay.
Don't look back in anger by Oasis.
All right. Favorite candy?
Reese's.
Nerds gummy clusters.
Are these your favorites now or all time?
I would say all time.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Favorite celebration meal? You guys win a game. What do you want?
I want a nice big steak,
How do you cook it?
medium rare.
Like away games, Reigns and Canes. That was when we played Centennial before that, and eating Chick-fil-A after that was a treat for us.
That's
I mean,
solid.
yeah. But yeah, I'll eat whatever my parents cook me afterwards.
Whatever's there. Okay. Hobby outside of football.
Playing the game, like Madden and stuff.
Oh, okay. So you don't get away from football. You just go back into it. You
Yeah.
watch it, you play it, you video game
Yes,
it up.
sir.
Okay.
I also what Colin says, like when we get home from practice, there's no dragging us out of bed. So we just play college football. But we've been playing Madden and all that since we were like 10. So I mean, we've really played those. Yeah.
Or lately, I've liked naps lately.
Naps. Okay. College football, when you play it online or play it on your video game, I sound so old, like playing it on the
your
line,
video
right? But what is the team that you pick?
Oh,
Or
Texas Tech, 100%.
Texas Tech.
Texas
Okay.
The Army,
Oh,
because their offensive playbook is too broken. You can ask Bubba on this one if he's watching, but the Army has a really good playbook, and I mean they might be low overall, but you just gotta know how to use them.
Lennon was looking for the uniforms. He's like, man, those are cool unis, man. I got to go with that. All right. Your favorite celebrity?
Adam Sandler.
Ah, okay.
Have to go with Ronaldo. I mean, he's he's a soccer player. I know that, but
Can't get away from soccer, though.
I mean, Ronaldo's done with social media, and he's really built up, I guess, Instagram followers, and he's going TikTok recently, and he's blew up most followed person, or like one of the most followed people. I just like how he just always humble, and he's playing the game still at like 40 something ish. So yeah, I mean, I just like him how he plays, and hopefully
Okay.
like that.
Most important part of your uni or like your equipment that you have to have with you?
I like my cowboy collar,
Okay.
but I would say like the top. Like the top is just so clean. Like when we wear all blue or all white, like the top just like makes it.
Okay.
For me, kicking wise, I would have to go with like the tights, the white tights. I wear them before every game. I always will for the rest of my career. This like helps with blood flow. And for like a slingshot, when I bring my leg back, it just has more momentum going forward. So,
Okay. Best football movie of all time?
Remember the Titans.
Okay.
Little Giants.
All right. Very good. And if you could attend one American football event, what would it be? Or where would it be?
Where would it be?
Yeah. Who do you want to watch play?
I want to watch Kansas City.
Okay. Very good.
I want to watch the Broncos play in the Super Bowl this year.
Lennon's like, I want to watch the Broncos play soccer if I could. Well, guys, thank you so much for being on the show. I wish you guys the very best of luck. Any shout outs that you want to give to anybody that might be watching right now? As the two sophomores I think maybe the first duo of sophomores that we've had on All Sports Best. So, who do you have to say?
I don't really have any shout-outs.
No shout-outs?
No shout-outs.
Okay.
Whoa, he's gonna kill me if I don't shout him out. Daniel Carroll. I know he's watching this. So
Oh, for sure.
shout out to Daniel.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you, guys. Good luck. Go get them.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.